just gonna do this. We're gonna see how it goes.
Okay, go.
Hi, I'm Bethany Lauster.
And I'm Sean.
And we are here today to do some video journaling because I have decided to do a bikini competition and I want to document the journey. This is something that I decided to do and decided to drag my husband into. So he's going to be my support. We'll introduce ourselves a little more in depth. Go ahead, Sean. He has a great background. Let's hear it.
I don't know how great, but I do my best. So my name is Sean. It's been an awesome opportunity to have the chance to be on this fitness journey for the many years that I have been able to. I'll soon be 42, and I've spent at least the last 15 years of my life coaching at one of the best CrossFit gyms in Western Pennsylvania. And then beyond that, my personal trainer's license, USAW certs, all those other kind of things. So fitness has really been a part of my life. Spent a lot of time in the martial arts, which has been great. So as I come along my wife, as she enters into this journey, I'm just going to try to be the best support that I can be. And so we'll kind of go from there. I'm not here to speak as an expert on anything in the field, especially when it comes into bikini competition. But I'm looking forward to kind of sharing with you maybe the spouse's side of what it means to be married to somebody who's decided to go into bikini competition. So Bethany, go ahead and tell them about your background and your excitement for this journey.
Okay, so I'll try to be brief because I know I tend to trail. I was a competitive CrossFit athlete for several years. Sean and I got married and immediately got into CrossFit. He started coaching, I started competing, and I had the opportunity to be on a team that went to the CrossFit Games. So I actually competed back when it was in Carson, California. Twice we went. Amazing experiences. It feels like a dream. But
2012, fifth fittest gym in the world.
Raw training.
Anyhow.
So anyway, I did that for several years. It was pretty hard on my body, and but I'm a very competitive person by nature, and I kept going and decided that I wanted to try to be a master's athlete because I am a whopping 39 years old now. But it was, I was getting closer to my later 30s, and I was like, let's do masters CrossFit, let's do it. And then I tore my ACL and jacked up my meniscus too. So
that was really the milestone that made your CrossFit retirement.
I retired then.
Yeah.
It was kind of a forced retirement. And so I had the surgery, how long ago? That was last? Not this past October, but the October before. And as I was going through some recovery, I was doing a lot less high impact exercises. So basically I started doing kind of bodybuilding, functional bodybuilding. We followed Marcus Philly and did that. And while I was recovering, my girlfriend, Jasmine, shout out, we trained together all the time. And so, whenever I had my surgery, she was kind of training by herself at the gym, and she decided to get into bodybuilding. And she did her first OCB figure competition last April, and she won. She's amazing. But I was super inspired, and I decided that I wanted to do the same kind of thing. So I started kind of doing some bodybuilding stuff. I didn't really know which way I wanted to go. I was thinking maybe figure, maybe bikini. And
here's some of the things that we get to work through on this journey. This is our son Titus. He's 5 years old. We have a second son, Zavi.
Very nice.
So I'm sure you'll see plenty of them in these videos. And if you follow Bethany on Instagram at bethany.lauster, be sure to follow her.
It's just Bethany Lauster.
Okay, that's what it is. I don't know.
It's okay. Anyway, where were we? Where was I? Oh, so anyway, my girlfriend competed. It inspired me. I ended up doing a posing clinic, and it was put on by the OCB, but I, at that point, had kind of decided that I think I wanted to do bikini, and they said that for that organization, I'd probably be better for figure, because I have a lot of muscle from CrossFitting. Anyway, long story short, I decided to go with the NPC, so I am going to be competing most likely in May in my first bikini competition in the NPC.
We're all super excited, right, Titus? Yeah.
So I guess this is one of the reasons why we're doing this video log, is because I think that I mean, I don't know, I follow, several bikini competitors on Instagram and Facebook, but I think that our situation might be a little unique because I am 39 and I'm doing my first bikini competition, so I'm kind of old. I mean,
mother of two.
Yeah, I'm a mother of two. We have a 5-year-old, a 2-year-old. I own my own business. I actually make jewelry. I have a Bachelor of Fine Arts degree, and I literally have torches, saws, files, you name it, and I make jewelry by hand. And then I also have I'm a government contractor. So I have a lot of plates spinning, and I just think it would be interesting to share this experience with everyone, and maybe there are some people that, maybe bikini competition isn't on their radar, or they've thought that they're too old for it, or my situation is not ideal. I'll tell you, I feel like my situation is not ideal for this, but I got the idea in my head, and my husband knows that once I get an idea in my head,
there's no telling her no.
It's gonna happen. So yeah.
So, and part of my want and desire to be part of these videos is, one, just to support my wife as always, but to talk about potentially some of the pitfalls, some of the exciting things about
challenges,
some of the challenges that we might run into, just as a spouse and sons. How can I, as a spouse, support her in her dream, challenge her, keep her accountable to not just the journey, but then also her responsibilities here at home, and helping find that balance of what work and life and just all that might look like as we continue together on this, and we live through all the distractions and blessings that we have. So that's kind of why okay, that's enough. That's kind of why I want to be a part of this journey as well, just at least on the video journal. Okay. So hopefully we can learn how to edit and edit well, Titus.
All right, Mom, go ahead.
Did you see that?
Don't kick the coffee.
Go play.
Nice job, T.
Bumpy.
Okay, so we did introduction.
Yeah. So my question to you is, Bethany, why at 39 years old, with a 5-year-old and a 2-year-old, with a full-time being a government contractor with your job there, with having a business that you're trying to keep up, helping maintain a household, being a supportive wife, why at this stage of life do you want to do a bikini competition? And that's been, let's be honest, that's been the source of our conversation over the past several months of trying to figure out what is the motivation here.
I would say the arguments that we've had lately. We don't have a lot, to be honest.
Mm-hmm.
We're good. We're a pretty good couple.
And we get along all right.
I think so.
Some may call it power couple, but
I think
I don't want to brag.
Hashtag goals. So it's funny because when you say it, it sounds ridiculous. In fact, there have been times, when I made this decision after seeing my girlfriend compete in April, I had several times have already doubted myself and been like, why am I doing this? Like, why am I even bothering with this? But so back to the whole CrossFit thing, I am a very competitive person by nature. That's just I don't know. Anything could be a contest. But I feel like I need an outlet for that. And I love being active. I love working out. And honestly, I think the easiest part about doing this competition is going to be the workouts. I mean, I'm going to push hard. I love throwing around weight at the gym. I love doing it slowly. I love doing it fast, whatever. I love just working out hard. The hardest part for me, which I'm actually excited because it's a challenge, is being super feminine. Like putting on the big heels and making it look natural, because right now it does not. But I mean, like, you know, like pulling out that thing inside me that's gonna, you know, make me look natural on stage as I'm presenting, you know, a physique that I work so hard for. I'm super competitive, and it's almost like I'm competing against myself. I know it's all about who shows up on that day, but for me, I know how much time and effort I put into my workouts, and I guess at this point I want to show it off. And I love that the bikini division combines like that super hard work at the gym, you know, with being the most feminine, you know, sexy version of yourself that you can muster. So it just, I don't know, it's just really appealing to me, and it's something different. I love change. I love trying stuff new. So, I mean, I guess that's it. And I'm kind of hoping that through these videos, we're able to kind of explore my reasoning, because again, it's easy to second guess myself and wonder why I'm doing it. But I'm committed, have a coach, and have a suit. Sort of. I haven't designed it yet, but it's paid for. So, you know, we're doing it.
Yeah, and I think, you know, being able for you to have an outlet that's outside of sacrificing for this family, caring for this family, supporting this family, and for you to have your own venture, your own venue, that's, you know, even while you do have the jewelry thing, but that still can be work sometimes. You know, I know how hard you work in that studio, and you do the thing that you do up there, and you grind, you know, and it's a hustle for you. But this is a hustle that the only one you're obligated to is yourself.
It's a personal hustle.
It's a personal hustle, you know. So I'm really excited for that. You know, to kind of echo what you said is like, I don't think you're going to have a problem with the workouts. The discipline's not a factor for her, which is incredible. She's one of the hardest working women I've ever seen and I've ever met. You know, the feminine side. You know, here's a little bit about Bethany. I mean, I love her. She's beautiful. She's my wife. But one of our first dates, so the first times that we hung out, I had an old Buick that had a hole in the exhaust, and so our first time together, she was in the garage, climbing under that car, knocking the rust off the exhaust so we could put a patch on it. I mean,
Yep.
you know, so I'm not going to say she's a tomboy, because she's, you know, far from it, but she has no problem being rough and tumble. She has no problem getting dirty and working hard, and that's the great thing about her. You know, so I'm excited for her to tap into this ultra feminine side. She's always been very conservative, not really wanting to put herself out there. And I'm excited for her to experience that. You know, I'm very much an extroverted person, have no problem getting in front of people and talking in front of people. But for her to be able to do the same, it's going to be an exciting chapter for her, and growth and opportunity for development. You know, so excited to see that.
Yeah.
I really am.
Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, Sean's always been more of the outgoing one. I mean, I can strike up a conversation with anyone, but even just videotaping myself, how many times have I said I mean, that's just like a perfect example.
We'll put an counter in the corner.
I'm not used to it. So this will be good for me. And I can tell you already, the challenge that I'm having is that I have so much going on, and even though I like having a routine, like my day goes a certain way, it's still very organic. And I'm finding after getting my nutrition plan, and even though it's flexible, figuring out when I'm going to work out every day, and so when I'm going to eat at certain times of the day is a challenge. So my mind has kind of been blown, because I'm realizing that I don't have as much of a routine as I thought I did. So step one, and that's the goal of today is I'm planning out when I'm going to be working out during the week so that I can eat how I'm supposed to, when I'm supposed to, and getting to bed on time. That's another thing, because I usually wake up at 4 in the morning, and it has been a challenge to be in bed by 9. Normally it's 10:30. The past month I've bumped it up to 9 most days, and so I'm usually asleep by 4:15. But anyway, so yeah, these are hard things for me that I didn't think would be difficult. It's these little tiny things that I know are going to make a difference when it comes down to the wire. So yeah, that'll be interesting, and I'll have to update everyone and let them know how my schedule's going.
So starting tomorrow, which is Monday, the what is it? Till the 20th?
I think it's beyond that.
21st? Yeah, starting
23rd.
23rd. Wow. So starting tomorrow, you'll start your first day of your new training program that you got from your coach.
Mm-hmm.
I'm really excited to start that and be a part of that journey. So that's week 1, day 1. Your show that you have in mind is
the Pittsburgh Pro, which is in May. I can't remember the exact date, but it is in May in Pittsburgh, downtown.
So and that's what she's going to be shooting for. And what's great is that she's been training, her diet's dialed in, she's not living in a caloric deficit already. So it's going to be an interesting journey, and I'm sure it's going to be a challenge. I'm sure it's going to be frustrating physically and emotionally. But we're going to do our best, and we're going to do our best to kind of help anybody out there that wants to listen. I can't say that we're going to have anything great to say, but if you
want to follow along,
if you got 15 minutes to kill and you want to see how we struggle through it, and maybe you're doing the same, or maybe you have some advice, we're open to advice too.
Yes.
I mean,
yes.
we don't sit here as an authority by any stretch of the imagination.
We're just sharing an experience, and any advice. I mean, I don't know how many people are actually going to watch this, but if you have any advice or questions, comments, I guess leave them below.
Yeah.
And
And if you got like a catchy name for us,
yeah,
be nice. Don't come up with something rude.
Yeah. I mean, and do you think that we should do this? Is this a good idea, or is this kind of stupid? Is this a waste of our time? I mean, I think it's a good use of our time just because I like to connect with my husband. And I feel like we don't get to do this very often because we have kids.
Yeah.
Truth be told. So, all right.
So,
I guess that's it.
Thank you. We'll see you next time.
All right. Thanks.